Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Our top story, the deadly terror attack in Turkey.
We've learned 3 terrorists arrived at Ataturk Airport by taxi yesterday with bombs and assault rifles, killing dozens of people. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez joins us live with the latest.
And today the airport is back open, and we are seeing new video and hearing chilling new accounts of the chaos there yesterday. We want to warn you, some of what you're about to see may be disturbing. Our first look at the 3 accused terrorists believed to be responsible for the attack at Istanbul's airport. New video of the terror inside Istanbul's international terminal appearing to show airport security footage as one of the bombs goes off. Turkish authorities say the first blast hit right near the security X-ray machines. The blast sending panicked passengers running.
People were shooting on one side, and we all ran the other way. And then the bombs went off, and people started running the other way, and there's more shooting.
Gunfire tearing through the international terminal.
It was a few minutes that he was spraying, and it was nonstop. Automatic rifles for sure.
One of the attackers appears to hit the ground, shot by police. That officer running away before another massive explosion. Turkish authorities saying the third killer apparently then waited for crowds to rush outside of the airport before detonating yet another bomb there.
What went through my head was this images you have from Paris and from Orlando, that they come around and shoot you now. And this is a terrible feeling, you know, that you might die. I mean, it's scary.
In all, more than 40 people killed, including the 3 attackers. Family members waiting outside of hospitals for updates on the more than 200 people who were injured, though no group has claimed responsibility yet. Turkey's prime minister believes ISIS was behind the attack. And in response, security is now increased at some airports here in the U.S. Live in New York, Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News. Now back to you.
Marcy, thank you. Terrorism continues to drive extensive security upgrades at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport. Recently, the airport's police department became the first in Florida to earn state accreditation. ABC 7's Adam Cellini is live tonight at SRQ with more on this achievement. Adam?
Scott and Haley, thank you. I am standing outside SRQ. Now, back in 2001 on 9/11, Air Force One was parked right in this airport on the Sun Coast, and management tells us since that day they've spent close to $20 million terrorist-proofing this airport. Not too long ago, an assault rifle in the terminal at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport may have been shocking. Now, it brings peace of mind.
It makes me feel good knowing that this airport is protected.
I feel more comfortable seeing an officer around.
It was like that in Europe after that problem in Brussels. Everywhere we went, there were people like that.
The attack in Istanbul, Turkey was a warning for some, but airport CEO Rick Piccolo says it was San Bernardino that sparked some serious security upgrades at SRQ.
As smaller airports go, we're probably one of the airports that's well ahead of the power curve on this stuff versus others.
Since the California shooting, the airport has invested $250,000 on things like staff training, 115 cameras on site, blast-proof window treatments, and bigger guns.
We've increased our firepower quite a bit. A few years ago, that was not an issue, and now we've had to increase it quite a bit just based on what's going on around us.
SRQ also recently became the only airport in Florida with a state-accredited police force.
You want to operate like everybody else in the state, so it's been a great tool for us to modernize the department, get it up to current standards. It's a roadmap to be able to do that.
From now on, one tactical officer will patrol the property daily, equipped with firepower equivalent to what's being seen in these attacks.
When these people come, you have to be ready. They're killing people in seconds. You have to be able to respond fast, have people ready, and we're in the type of a business where we're able to do that here at the airport.
Police here say the biggest threat isn't the incoming passengers on planes. It's the homegrown terrorists that are picking up the cause from overseas that's worrying people here the most. Live in Sarasota, I'm Adam Cellini. Scott and Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Adam. The recent expansion of the Panama Canal will likely have a positive economic impact on the Suncoast. Port Manatee is now the closest U.S. deepwater seaport to the Panama Canal. With the expansion, port officials expect to see more smaller vessels moving cargo through the Suncoast. The boost in shipments could lead to an increase in jobs. With the canal expansion and the trade embargo lifted in Cuba, port officials expect cargo projects to double over the next decade.
You bring in bigger ships, you need more people to discharge the ships, and so therefore that results in higher employment, and port-related employment and international trade-related employment has a higher wage level than regular service jobs.
The port already brings in more than $2 billion to the local economy.
We're just days away now from the races of Sarasota's Powerboat Grand Prix Festival. This year, event organizers are launching a new campaign to keep our marine life safe. It's called Share the Beach. The campaign is meant to protect sea turtles and manatees from the big crowds that are sure to pack Lido Beach for the event. The campaign encourages people to stay off the beach after sunset and before sunrise. That's because nighttime is when sea turtles tend to nest. It also asks people to watch out for unmarked nests and manatees that might be near the race course.
Wildlife conservation has always been at the top of our list, but what we really wanted to do is draw more attention to it because a lot of people will forget about it.
Marine observers will be surveying the race course both on the water and in the air, and if they spot anything, they will shut down the race.
A nice day to be out on the water. Children and adults with special needs were treated to a day of fishing. The Friendliest Catch fishing tournament is part of the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival. Area charter boat captains, law enforcement, and other volunteers donated their time and expertise to make it an unforgettable morning.
Gives them a day out of their routine, something they normally wouldn't get to do. And I think it's basically just fun for them for a day. It's all about them.
This is the 32nd year for this tournament, and after a morning of fishing, the children were given awards and goodie bags and then treated to lunch.
Unforgettable day, I'm sure, for all of them. And Bob was out there with Captain Johnny taking part in the event. Fun day, huh, Bob?
Yeah, and one of the better days, too, in terms of fishing. It was hot, and not in terms of temperature. We had a nice breeze, but in terms of fishing and catching, a lot of people with trout and jack and also a Spanish mackerel out there. So there was a good day. Even one person caught a shark. We're going to talk more about that tomorrow night in the Fishing Report. And Captain Johnny's always proud to be helpful and volunteer for that. And he's been doing it for 32 years, as long as it's been going on. Showers and storms mainly inland now, pushing off to the east. And not much going on. It was a beautiful day out in the waters today. A few isolated showers were around earlier this morning. You can see the biggest storm now near Wauchula, producing quite a few lightning strikes there. Again, east and bound as far as where that's heading. Not much going on from Anna Marie Island southward all the way down to Inglewood. Fairly quiet right now. And that's all a result of this west to southwesterly wind component, which does favor some morning showers. Well, more in our forecast lets you know about the big holiday weekend and whether things will be changing coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies are looking for a man who robbed at least 3 elderly people. The 2 robberies happened Saturday morning. Deputies say a man with a gun confronted a 90-year-old man and his 85-year-old wife as they were walking on 5th Street East and then demanded money. The gunman pushed the man down and struck the woman and then took off. A few hours later, deputies say the same gunman took cash from a 99-year-old man in the parking lot of a shopping center on 53rd Avenue West. Deputies say the suspect was driving a white pickup truck. If you have any information, call Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS.
New details tonight on the man involved in a standoff with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff's deputies say Brandon Jorquero of Bradenton committed suicide during the standoff at a home on Silk Oak Drive yesterday. He was a convicted felon with an extensive criminal history. His arrests include aggravated assault, domestic battery, throwing a deadly missile into a dwelling, and more. When deputies went to serve the arrest warrants out of Sarasota and Manatee counties, he barricaded himself inside the home. Deputies say when they walked up to the front door, Jorquero pointed a gun at them and said that he wouldn't go back to jail. After more than 6 hours, the SWAT team busted into the home and found the suspect dead inside.
City of Sarasota is making some changes in how it handles panhandling. Commissioners voting to update its city ordinance to now restrict all types of solicitation, from panhandlers to those wanting signatures for petitions. The new rules will restrict the demeanor of the person doing the soliciting. Previously, city officials placed a ban to restrict all types of solicitation between pedestrians and drivers on designated roads. City officials say the changes are to ensure its ordinances are within the confines of federal law.
By law, the city cannot regulate the content of a message. It has to be the behavior. Is somebody actually asking for something in a civil manner, or are they being overly aggressive? So that is what we are addressing now.
Sarasota Police also reviving their efforts to prevent the homeless from leaving their belongings on the street. SPD has posted signs to inform people that unattended items will be removed. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a big announcement for the Tampa Bay Lightning, whether the Bolts captain will stay with the team.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. And later in Health Smart, getting a pep from caffeine when coffee and soda will likely not give you an energy boost.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC 7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC 7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV.
That's Chuck, proud homeowner, regular do-it-yourselfer. Today he's attempting an electrical repair. This is Pablo. He's an electrician with Mr. Sparky. How's he doing, Pablo?
Terrible, Mike.
Yeah. What Chuck doesn't realize is that almost 68,000 home fires are caused every year by electrical problems.
What?
If he doesn't have the proper tools and training, he's liable to start the next one.
Little help here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
You might want to write that number down.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Florida Leather Gallery.
This year's Grand Prix race will feature 2 full days of racing with more than 60 aquacross teams racing personal watercraft and 10 superstock race teams averaging speeds around 85 miles an hour. There will also be more than 25 powerboat teams racing at speeds approaching 100 miles an hour in the production class. And in the extreme class, the boats top 150 miles an hour. You don't want to miss this non-stop race action off Lido Beach.
Florida Leather Gallery is celebrating the 4th of July with spectacular savings. Take 33% off hundreds of styles. Experience freedom of choice with a wide and wonderful assortment of leathers. Freedom from worry with our impressive collection of protected leathers. And freedom from guilt as we proudly offer the lowest price guaranteed. Plus, free delivery. It's all happening right now. Come celebrate with our Lexperts at our 6 Florida Leather Galleries.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
A federal judge is hearing arguments about a sweeping new Florida abortion law being challenged by Planned Parenthood affiliates.
Planned Parenthood is trying to keep that law from going into effect on Friday. U.S. District Judge Robert Hinkle of Tallahassee held the hearing on the law, which was passed by the legislature and signed by Governor Rick Scott earlier this year. It would ban abortion providers from receiving taxpayer money and require health officials to inspect half of all abortion records each year. The attorney who's representing Planned Parenthood Federation of America says several parts of the law are unconstitutional.
It is a gross invasion of the privacy of women seeking abortions in the state, and it is wholly unnecessary and untethered of any need for the requirement.
The new law also includes a new definition of the first trimester of pregnancy, which Planned Parenthood is challenging as well. Supporters of the law say it's designed to protect the health and safety of women seeking legal abortions. Well, a big sigh of relief for Tampa Bay Lightning fans. Bolts captain Steven Stamkos deciding to stay with the team and avoid free agency. First reported by TSN, Stamkos signing an 8-year contract with Tampa Bay worth a reported $68 million. He could have become a free agent on Friday with the ability to sign with any team. And while he could have made more money elsewhere, Stamkos will stay with the team that drafted him #1 back in 2008. Stamkos would have been the NHL's top free agent prize had he decided to leave the Lightning. But fortunately, we don't have to deal with that. You know, he can play for a chance for another Stanley Cup.
Right. Yeah, it's worth it to stay.
The team is still together and still pretty good.
Still pretty young, too, those goalie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's face it, they did a great job of trying to get there, but we had a
So
lot of fun
close.
watching them. That's
Yeah,
right.
we did have a lot of fun.
And looks like we're having lots of fun on the waters of late because there's not a lot of big storms around, which was good. And we saw that earlier with the fishing tournament going on. A beautiful shot again out there in the Gulf of Mexico. And looks like just a few cumulus clouds. Now, we did see 1 or 2 lone showers earlier today move in from the Gulf of Mexico as expected during the morning hours, and we'll see similar conditions again on Thursday. So here's a look at the viewer photos. Beautiful on the beach. This one from Turtle Beach. Cindy getting this one with those fair weather puffy cumulus clouds heading in from the Gulf of Mexico. Titan radar picture showing the activity pretty heavy right now into near Wauchula and just to the southeast of Atlanta. This Atlanta, I should say. Arcadia, just southeast of Wauchula, some big storms. This lightning and storminess moving off to the northeast now at around 10 miles an hour. Pretty heavy rainfall right there, State Road 64 and 17, with a possibility of small hail. Also into northern sections of Hillsborough County, we've had some big storms. You can see those spotty showers that were around earlier this morning near Longboat Key and also just north of Siesta near Lido, and one lone shower there also into portions of Bradenton, 3/10 of an inch located there near Cortez, and lesser amounts again to the east. But this weather pattern is going to change a little bit in that we're going to see a little bit more moisture come back into play, and that means a better chance for more widespread storms inland areas, specifically east of I-75 in the late afternoon and evening, but also a little bit better chance to see some coastal showers too in the morning. So those will be around. I think our rain chances increasing Saturday and Sunday for that. But right now it's 89, it's sunny, it's hot, 96 on the heat index. West winds are at 9 and the pressure 2996, and that is actually been holding steady for the most part. 77 in Tallahassee, some showers nearby there. 83 in Orlando, 3 degrees warmer in Miami now, and 87 degrees in Key West and inland areas into the low 90s where it's not raining, although some showers near Lake Placid, 82 degrees, 89 in Punta Gorda, 88 in Venice Gardens, and 85 now at Cortez. Well, this particular forecast model indicating some bigger storms as we're seeing right now inland areas, and then the outflow coming back toward the coast later on tonight and in the morning hours. So a chance for some morning showers. And then tomorrow, again, just a few spotty showers making their way onshore. By 2 o'clock, all the action should be well east of I-75, pushing off toward the east coast later on in the day. And it looks like as this trough of low pressure remains to our north, this is not going to change on Friday. Similar conditions, a few morning showers, inland storms again firing up. There's indication we may see a little bit more rain, though, as I mentioned, around as we approach the weekend. Well, the tropics, all is quiet right now. You can see that line of low pressure. A lot of times when you get these lines move down and it looks like frontal systems during the tropical season anyway, you have to keep an eye on it for the possibility of something spinning up right now. It doesn't appear that's going to happen, but we'll have to keep a close watch on it. Temperatures much cooler over the Great Lakes into the mid-70s there in Detroit and Toronto, Cleveland and Boston, all in the 70s. The heat goes on in Phoenix, but not nearly as hot as it was last week. It's 103, though, right now, Los Angeles at 73 degrees. For boaters, it shapes up like this. Seas running less than 2 feet and a light chop on the bays and inland waters. Southwest winds 5 to 10 knots. And it looks like pretty good boating weather, too, right through the weekend. The UV index will be at 10. That will be high tomorrow. And the water temperature, 89. It's the warmest I've seen it thus far this summer. High tide at 10:02. A low tide will be at 3:22. And sunset will be at 8:29. The forecast tonight, we'll see a few morning showers by sunrise. Otherwise, partly cloudy and warm, upper 70s. And then for tomorrow, a few coastal morning showers again. And then inland storms in the afternoon. Partly cloudy, warm and muggy with the heat index up near 100 degrees. The extended forecast is calling for a good chance for showers and storms over the weekend, a little less chance over the next couple of days. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Let's get a check on Suncoast Traffic Watch. Right now, we have reports of a crash on I-75 near Port Charlotte at the Kings Highway exit. And as you can see, it is tying up a lot of traffic as you head south on the interstate tonight. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, Vice President Biden is hosting a day-long summit in Washington to pump up support for the Obama administration's effort to advance cancer research. Hundreds of people from academia, industry, and advocacy groups are at the summit at Howard University. Thousands of others are taking part in regional summits across the country. The goal of President Obama's cancer effort, headed up by Mr. Biden, is to double the rate of progress in the fight against cancer within 5 years. Actress Carol Burnett is emceeing the event. Her 38-year-old daughter lost her battle with cancer in 2002.
Hope means many different things to different people, but to a cancer patient and the family affected by it, hope means everything. Today we'll see in this room and at summits all over the country that we have every reason to hope.
Biden is expected to announce new public-private partnerships to assist in his cancer research goals. If you are really sleep deprived, a study shows caffeine won't help you. Researchers looked at 48 people who got only 5 hours of sleep a night for 5 days in a row. Twice a day, participants took either a placebo or 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is about the amount of caffeine in a big cup of coffee. After 3 nights, the participants' alertness and their performance on a series of tests both fell even after they had had caffeine. Results showed that the caffeinated group had faster reaction times during the first 2 days compared with the placebo group, but not on those last 3 days of the experiment. Only sleep will help you at that point. Coming up, the search for a 70-foot blue whale. Crews are worried if they don't reach this mammal soon, it will die. Plus, the world's largest diamond, how much this 1,100-carat gem is worth. That's coming up.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
The countdown is on to the 4th of July holiday weekend, and fireworks are often the focus of our celebrations. I'm Rebecca Vargas on Suncoast View. The Sarasota Fire Department joins us to discuss the most common fireworks mistakes and injuries to help keep us safe. We'll tour the Ringling Museum's new Phantom Bodies exhibit, plus a game of What's My Line with a mystery guest. And the Rosemary is in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
College is the best starting line a Florida student could have. Since earning my degree at the University of Florida, I've gone on to be a NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Rookie of the Year and a team owner in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series. Thanks to the Florida Lottery, many more students will be off to the races with a brighter future. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get Four-Wheeler Magazine's 4x4 of the decade, a new Jeep Wrangler as low as $25,999, or drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for just $19,999. Get a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Now to an intense search off the Southern California coast for a blue whale tangled up in hundreds of feet of fishing line. The whale managed to swim while still wrapped in that line, but it can't survive like that for long. Whale watchers and rescuers are stationed along the Pacific coast on the lookout for the 100-ton animal. The juvenile was first spotted Monday and was clearly in distress. A whale watching boat spotted the whale dragging the fishing gear and buoys. Crew members tried to free the animal 6 times before giving up for the night.
It was painful to see this animal like it was. I won't forget it. The whales are coming in closer to shore, so they're getting entangled in the gear.
Captains are still trying to find and free that whale. A shelter cat is responsible for causing $5,000 in damage to a Florida Humane Society. Officials at the shelter in Pompano Beach say one of its cats turned on a faucet last week, leaving the water to run for 17 hours. The flooding caused water to run out of the shelter's back door. No animals were hurt, but now the shelter is in need of donations to repair the floors, cabinets, and other damage.
Star Trek's iconic USS Enterprise is boldly going where millions of tourists have gone before, the Smithsonian Museum. The model has actually been in the Smithsonian's Air and Space Museum since 1974, but it was tucked away in the basement gift shop. The 11-foot model is the same one used in the original series and underwent a major restoration before being beamed up to its new location, the Central Atrium. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. Well, ladies, how would you like to be friends with this one? The 1,100-carat gem known as Lascetti La Rona is being auctioned in London today. It's the largest uncut diamond in the world, about the size of a tennis ball. It's expected to fetch at least $70 million. But the sale could be uncertain because the Brexit vote has put a damper on some other auctions in London. The British pound has lost more than 10% of its value. So this could be a bargain opportunity. I don't know if you want to call it bargain,
we'll jump on that one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a big diamond.
It's a very large diamond. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, the future of the Venice Police Department now in the hands of voters.
Exactly how the $16 million bond would be spent in Venice. That story coming up.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Civic for $169. A well-equipped Civic, just $169. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda, Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you. This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
Powerboat P1 Marine Foundation, and Suncoast Charities for Children invite you to Share the Beach. In an effort to protect local wildlife during Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival, beachgoers should wait until sunrise to set up on the beach race weekend due to turtle nesting. And if you see a manatee, give them the right of way and don't touch them. Together, we can all enjoy the races and share the beach.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150. Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on-site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to 2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Florida Leather Gallery.
Money raised during the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival allows Suncoast Charities for Children to provide annual grants to the Suncoast Foundation. Since the festival began, more than $20 million in facilities have been built by the Suncoast Foundation across the area, benefiting Community Haven, Children First, Sarasota County Special Olympics, and the Florida Center for Early Childhood.
Florida Leather Gallery is celebrating the 4th of July with spectacular savings. Take 33% off hundreds of styles. Experience freedom of choice with a wide and wonderful assortment of leathers. Freedom from worry with our impressive collection of protected leathers. And freedom from guilt as we proudly offer the lowest price guaranteed. Plus, free delivery. It's all happening right now. Come celebrate with our Lexperts at our 6 Florida Leather Galleries.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease the new Accord for $189, just $189 or 0.9% APR. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.